Look, I told you I was going to tell you what to do with $1,000. I'm going to make another video that'll follow this one about the power of used. But the bottom line is, buying anything used, with anything that is used, you have the power to sell it for more, because it means you can buy it for less than it's worth because somebody owns it outright. And there's deals on everything. They're in pawn shops, they're in Goodwill, Salvation Army, auctions, garage sales, Craigslist. Follow the next video I'm going to have after this. This is the most powerful thing you can do with $1,000. Listen, when I was a kid, I bought candy. I'd go buy a box of suckers for $1.20. And by the end of the day, I'd have $5. If I could take a sucker, I knew I could make money if I sold it for 10 cents, right? I think you got 20 of them for $1.20. So if I sold them for 10 cents a piece, I'd make 80 cents. But what I did is I'd say, here's the sucker, 50 cents. Oh, you ain't got 50 cents? How about a quarter? Oh, you don't have a quarter? Okay, 20 cents. And maybe I'd sell it for 10, or if I thought, I'd get a feel. In other words, I'm doubling my money. I'm more than doubling my money. Always more than doubling my money with every transaction, right? I buy a sucker for a dime or whatever, 7 cents, whatever it was. I'm selling it for 20. I'm making 3 times my money, okay? And it's easier to do with things that are under $1,000, okay, or under $10,000. The most powerful thing you can do with $1,000 is buy anything used, okay? So what you do, I don't care if you're a 10-year-old or if you're an adult, listen, money's money. You can go buy, I'll give you an example. Comb Craigslist, okay? Craigslist. Okay, garage sales. And guess what else? Goodwill. And guess what else? Auctions. Now look, I only speak from actual experience. That's all I ever do. I don't tell people to do anything that I haven't done myself, okay? So listen, Craigslist, I'll give you an example. I've got a lift, okay? Here, I'll just show you. I'm just going to show it to you. Okay, so check this out. The kinds of things I've done with the power of used, you need to do. You really need to do it, okay? And by the way, we're in one of my buildings. Okay, let's see if you can see that. See that? Look at that. That is about a $20,000 unit new. This is a scissor lift. Okay, we call it a scissor lift. All right. So there's a $20,000 scissor lift, barely used. Okay, I got it for $4,000 on Craigslist. I was the first one there. I jumped on it. I grabbed it. I took it. I paid cash for it. I got it immediately. The phone was ringing off the hook while I was talking to the guy negotiating the deal. And the guy that was selling it. Okay, the guy that was selling it, he didn't care. It wasn't his. It belonged to the company that he worked for, okay? It belonged to the company that he worked for. He didn't care. And that's how a lot of things are sold, believe it or not. People just get rid of things, even if they bought them. Sometimes they just don't care. They just want the money, they want to be done, they want to get it out of their hair. Craigslist, tools, okay? Tools are if you ever go to a pawn shop, they're filled with tools. That's what thieves steal, is tools. Craigslist is great for so many things, it's unbelievable. You gotta know the value. Number one, you gotta know value. And so it could be tools, it could be, you can buy a compressor, you can buy, it could be like this is a crane, this is a crane, a camera crane. It could be camera equipment. Now, electronics are dicey because they go down in value so fast. You don't want to, unless you can sell it immediately, whichever you're buying. But again, it could be cars. I went through 15 cars before I was 21, and I made money on every single one of them. I didn't really care about the car. I cared about making money on it. I'd buy it for $700 and I'd sell it for $1,400. Those are the things you can do with $1,000. Garage sales. Be the first one there. Be the first one there, and just cherry pick it, right? Look at whatever is great and valuable, and maybe it's already priced right. Take it. You'll see people that have a fire file. Well, a fire file they're expensive as hell. They're very expensive, a good one. They're like a boat anchor when somebody wants to get rid of them. You can get one for $20. It might have cost $500. I've seen it, okay? Buy used. And remember, the secret to buying used is that it's paid for. Anything that is completely paid for, you have the power to resell. for nothing or less than it cost. That's the power of used, is people can afford to sell stuff that's completely paid for far less than it's worth. And that's what you want to concentrate on. Goodwill, okay, and what's the other one? Salvation Army. Another great place to get in there, like if you can find out what the routine is, like when they put new stuff on the shelves, get in there. Be the first one in there in the door every morning. A friend of mine bought a, what is it? It was a Macintosh amplifier, okay? He said he walked in, he said he couldn't believe it. He got it for $200. He said it was worth like $4,000. And anyhow, but he turned it immediately, and I can't remember if he made $1,000 or $2,000. But he knew what the value was, and that was a Macintosh, right? It was an Apple product, an amplifier. I don't know if it's for guitar or what, but those are the things. And I can tell you, I bought a sonography machine. A sonography machine, and this is at a government auction. A sonography machine, when I opened up this box, I didn't even know what it was, but it was well made and it was a mechanical device. But what a sonography machine does, I'll point you over here a little bit, is when you have a play, okay, this is the stage, okay, here, and then this would be the audience, right? A sonography machine, it's a projector, and a lot of times they project from behind the screen, okay? If you can imagine this thing's about, I don't know, it's about 2 or 3 feet, about 2 feet by 2 feet. And what it did was it would project on the back of this screen stuff that looked like rain, or it might have swirls, because look, when you go to a play in a theater, but this would just project, they play a little thunder sound, or somebody would make a thunder sound with a saw, and then all of a sudden there'd be dots, and you just kind of let yourself, it doesn't have to look just like snow, it doesn't have to be cold. When you watch a play, you just kind of let your mind go and go, oh, okay, it's snowing, oh, it's raining, or it's a windstorm, or a hurricane. Well, a sonography machine, that one that I opened up that day, I didn't know what it was, but I looked up the number. And I went on the internet and I said, what? I looked it up. I want to know what this is. It was $14,000. They still made them. This was probably a few years old, but they still made them. And they still cost like $15,000. I bought it for $250 at the auction. And then what did I do? I went to the local playhouse, where there's a theater in town. And I went to them and I said, hey, you guys have a sonography machine? They go, oh, no. They go, that's out of our budget. I said, well, how'd you like to have one for $3,000? They were like, what? Yeah, we're interested. Sure enough, guess what? I sold it. Made whatever, $2,500 or $2,700. That's the power of using $1,000. Buy used. You get a real estate license too. Get a real estate license and buy used, okay? Because you can make money if you're in the field looking for stuff, and then and then you can graduate to my book, and then you can start making real big money by being an investor, okay? That's what I'm an investor. Ultimately, this is where I'd like to see you land, but until then, if you're under 18 or even if you're over 18, buy things and turn them and make money. That's where the value is. Anyways, that's it. FlipAnything USA. Be sure to get my book. You can get Amazon and Kindle's bestseller, and you can go to my website, FlipAnythingUSA.com, and you can see what I got to offer there. And I've got a mentorship program. I've been helping people for years for free. I've made hundreds of videos on real estate and making deals. But after the book came out, the email just became overwhelming. Way too much. Couldn't handle it all. Folks, this is the ultimate way, though, is wake up and smell the real estate. Get my book. You can apply it to things, too. Look, that's my channel, FlipAnything USA. Look, share, subscribe. Tune in for a little while. You'll get information you're never going to get from anyone else. Thanks for watching.